Today I fucked up by continuously making a customer angry when delivering them pizza. I used to deliver pizza. It was actually the most fun job I have ever had. I am usually really good with people. But I delivered pizza to a house like I have done a million times. As I walk up to the door, all I can smell is pot, and can hear loud music. I figured it was a party. I knock, and there was no answer. I knock louder. This massive dude with hair down to his ass answers and yells at me for knocking too loud. I apologized, and went on my way. Next weekend, I see the same address come up, but Unit B, it was a fourplex type thing. I walk down the concrete steps to Unit B, and knock on the door. This tall bald dude answers. I ask him if he knows the guy upstairs, and told him the asshole upstairs yelled at me for knocking too loud. He looks at me puzzled, and says I know, that was me, I bought this fourplex. The dude shaved his head. From hair to his ass, to bald. I didn't recognize him at all. I instantly died on the inside. I apologized and went on my way. Next weekend, same address. Remember those concrete steps I mentioned? When I walked down them, the loop on my pizza bag got hooked on his mailbox that was hung on the fence. It ripped the mailbox clear off the fence, and flung it down the stairs. It actually bounced off his door when it landed. He opened the door to see me looking like a deer in headlights, frantically pointing at his mailbox, which was bent and twisted now, and trying to explain that I really didn't mean to do it. I GTFO as quick as I could. Next weekend. Oh no. Same address. I delivered his pizza successfully this time. After he paid, I nervously said, "Hey, I didn't even insult you or wreck your property this time." He laughed, said good job, and handed me a $5 tip. That was the last time I ever saw that dude. Too long didn't read. Am the worst pizza delivery guy ever. I dunno, sounds like you handled it well. Thanks, I guess it could have been worse. I asked him if he knows the guy upstairs, and told him the asshole upstairs yelled at me for knocking too loud. This is the main fuck up. Don't call customers assholes to their neighbors, or to anyone really. They might be friends, or the same person in this insane story. Yeah, anyone with half a brain in the service industry knows you don't insult customers to other customers. Used to deliver pizza. The girl I worked with asked if I could take a delivery because the guy creeped her out. I did so, and after knocking I heard a guy say come in a husky voice. So I just started knocking really fast and loudly, knock 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 backslash. He came to the door in a robe, and nothing else. He was this reasonably fit older man with a raging hard-on. As soon as he saw me he covered up and asked where is girl backslash. And I said she wasn't going to be delivering to him anymore. He got super mad. He threatened to beat me up at first, and then said he was going to sue me. I pointed out the phone in my pocket and told him I was recording the whole interaction because of complaints, and he deflated, literally and figuratively, and slammed the door. We banned him from ever ordering again. He complained up to the district manager, but what I had got him to go away. Last I heard he was banned from all pizza places in the area. The phone? After the girl told me he was weird, I decided to have my phone recording in my shirt pocket. I just slipped it in there and hit record as I arrived. I was going to delete it if nothing happened. I'm glad I did record, because it saved my job and got the guy banned. Personally, I think you owned it at the end. Good job. Could have been worse. I once had a jacked 6'5" bloke knock on my door at 11:30 p.m. Scared, I answered the door. "You ordered a pizza?" Me, "Nope, what door number is this?" I told him my door number. He looked at me, said, "Oh shit, wrong house, sorry," ran to his car and took off for the right house. At least you got the right house each time, smile. When I was a teen, some of my enemies must have thought it would be funny to prank call a pizza to our house. Pizza arrived, and we thought it must have been ordered by our parents who weren't home at the time. We counted up our pocket money and paid for pizza. When parents arrived home, they told us it wasn't them, but paid us back. Everyone was surprised and us kids were fed, so all were happy. Besides the bullies that is tongue. I once had some young kid offer me a potato after I gave him the pizza and he paid. I could hear giggles in the background, as he was nervously trying to talk it up, saying how it was such a nice potato act. I turned it down, but as I walked back to my car I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll accept his potato. So I knocked on the door, the same kid answered and everyone had hidden around the corner again. I said after some serious consideration I don't feel like I could live the rest of my life without regret knowing I turned down such an amazing potato. I was wondering if I could still accept your offer. With the biggest smile he said sure and ran to grab the potato. He handed to me, I thanked him and went on my way. As the door closed behind me I heard what sounded like an entire crowd erupt into laughter, cheering and celebration. I could even hear people jumping up and down. I knew accepting it would make his day, but I didn't realize it would make mine. Definitely no regrets about accepting the potato. It sat in my lounge for about a week until it went funky, and I had to throw it away. Today I fucked up by trying to make myself last longer during sex. This happened earlier this week and I'm still processing it. Also, throw away because I don't want my grandkids to find this one day. My longtime girlfriend had just completed her time of the month, and we were ready to engage in some heated sexual activity. We're both going through rather busy times in our life right now, so sex doesn't come as often as it should, but enough to fulfill our needs. Now, the past few weeks I've been doing my GF2 homework for one of her online classes. Because of this, she realized she owed me and decided to pay me by way of sexual favors. Unethical. Maybe, but I'm not complaining. So, she begins to initiate foreplay and start to enjoy one of the better blow jobs of my life. She does her thing for a while and I stop her a few times before I hit her with that high fructose corn syrup. After edging a few times, I decide to return the favor and go down on here. I do my thing, she does hers, and now back to me. Well, by this time we're about an hour in and she starts to get tired. I finally comply with her and prepare to unleash my homemade protein shake. However, because I have delayed the inevitable for so long, she is taking breaks every few licks of the Tootsie Pop. The next 4 events happen all simultaneously. I let my lover know it's time, she comes up for a breather, my Johnson flops down on my stomach, I'm on my back, and I treat myself to a very salty pina colada. It was everywhere. A catastrophic and life-changing event. And nor should you, ever take those cum shot compilations for granted. Those girls are troopers. Too long didn't read, I was edging during oral with my girlfriend. She got tired and took a break. I climaxed all over my face. Edit, man y'all are wild. Thanks for the platinum, gold, and silver. Happy holidays, may snow fall on all of your faces. That's why you never aim a gun at something you're not willing to shoot, lol. And nor should you, ever take those cum shot compilations for granted. Those girls are troopers. Wise words from a battle-wounded warrior, lol. Friendly fire is never friendly. Edit, bruh, silver. I'm gonna be broke, mister. T for a comment on a self-facial. Life is magical. Edit 2. Reddit rules dictate I thank the power of the gold giver. So, thanks. 5 more golds and a hardy tan and I am basically the real Mr. T, which works cause I pity the fool. Op. Edit 3. I have to do the 3rd edit for Platinum Lamau. Thanks Platinum guy, you're the shit. Ice on my fingers and my toes and I'm a Taurus. If you've never jizzed on your own face you're basically still a virgin. I'm just wondering what kind of mental state you have to be in to think your grandkids might find your Reddit post one day. Deleted. Today I fucked up picking up the wrong person from the airport and getting pulled over at gunpoint by the police. I live near a smaller airport and I help out at the local Turkish community center. I'm white but I go to a free dinner they do every other Thursday and it is amazing, so I chose to volunteer every once in a while. Set up, take down, help older people out, the usual volunteer at a center thing. I've met a ton of awesome people and they are a blast to hang out with. So last week, I was tasked to pick up an older woman flying in from Turkey as she was the guest of honor at a fundraiser they were having. I was told she knew little to no English and I wasn't the first choice to go get her, I was just the only one available, seeing everyone else had bigger jobs to do. They give me a sign with her surname on it, her flight number, and a general description of what she looked like. Whiteboard in hand, and a little hesitant, I set off for the airport ready to get my cargo. I pull up to the international gate, and immediately an Eastern European woman standing all alone. I get out with my sign that says Demir and she smiles with great joy, points at the sign, points at herself and without hesitation, loads her bags in the car and hops in. Last name? Check. Eastern European? Check. Not much English? Check. Can't believe my luck. I pull out of the airport, and immediately head in the direction of the Turkish center with my passenger all buckled up ready for the 35-minute drive. About 15 minutes into the ride, she pulls out her phone and begins to rustle around. She calls someone and frantically speaks in Turkish. I'm thinking she left something on the plane or at home. I felt bad but I couldn't do anything about it at the time. I was driving in the freeway. 10 minutes later, I'm off the freeway and a cop passes. He immediately flips a bitch, lights me up and I pull over. At this point I'm freaking out, and when I turn around, I see the lady has Uber out, and upon further inspection, I'm not the Uber driver. The cop tells me to get out and I am taken down very fast, by a plethora of cops, handcuffed, and put in the back of a squad car with zero information. My head hurts from the slam against the ground and I'm fully aware of the kidnapping situation I'm in. After about 15 minutes of the lady screaming in Turkish to the police and other cars arriving, an officer opens the door and asks me my story. I ask him to use my phone to contact the Turkish center and the lead woman comes down to explain what happened. Little did I know Demir is one of the most common surnames in all of Turkey. So when the lady, her first trip to America, see that I have her name, she figures I'm the Uber driver ready to pick her up. She knows how to use Google Maps and saw we were headed in the opposite direction of her intended destination. My heart is still going 10,000 beats a minute while another car with a friend from the center and what could be the real Demir pulls up. After a discussion that I'm not a part of takes place, the cops get me out of the car, unhandcuff me, and everyone, including the kidnapped woman, seems to be laughing. Except me. I am in disbelief as to what just happened and I definitely sweated through my entire outfit. We get back to the Turkish center and the story spread like wildfire. Everyone comes up to me with a hug, a laugh, and a drink. I got drunk. Too long didn't read, by picking up the wrong woman and getting arrested for kidnapping. First names count, people. Edit, detained, not arrested. Also, talking with Turks, they all have varying degrees of where the country resides. Eastern is too white, middle is bad in America, so most of them just say they are from Turkey. They didn't give you her first name, especially knowing that the surname is extremely common. They told me, but the woman who helped me only wrote the last name. I was too relieved to have a match, I didn't care. I've taken Ubers in many countries. They never had a whiteboard with my name and waiting for me inside the airport. They were always waiting in their car. This was my issue. Until someone interpreted that she just downloaded it and it was her first time. She was probably 50. This sounds a lot more like a today everyone else fucked up to me. Finally, a today I fucked up that doesn't involve bodily fluids or accidental incest. I'm not sure, but I could have let a little out, I was so scared. This reminds me of the New Girl episode where Nick was supposed to pick up Cece's mom, but instead picks up another one. This was the immediate thing. Two women came up to me and said, I haven't seen New Girl, but I definitely went on Netflix and watched it.